Oh, greetings to everyone, and I'm so excited for this entire travel industry as we enter the second half of 2021. We have been waiting for this time to celebrate and march towards normalcy. It is a time that we have been patient for to rediscover our love for travel and begin remembering what our lives were before the pandemic. So I have on today Vanessa McGovern, the co-founder of Gifted Travel Network. I'm so glad to have her on. How are you doing, Vanessa?
Hey, Alvin, I'm so happy to do this with you. This is so exciting. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm doing great. Thank you.
No, no. It's so, I know we're very busy. It's going to be a long weekend, and we're actively campaigning for our spots for board of directors. And that's
We
actually why we have
are.
you on. We're so here to celebrate the travel advisors and just let them know how much we appreciate them. But we have a cause, an important call to action to get everyone to vote for next week on July 6th. We have the ASTA ballots. So let's talk about travel advisors and how important and what we're going through now. You want to go ahead and take it away, Vanessa?
Sure. Well, thank you so much. I see that we're live. So hello for any of our travel industry colleagues and peers that are catching this live. I'm seeing it here and I'm like, I need to share it on my page, but I will do it. I will do it later so it doesn't distract me. If anybody is on and watching and you are a travel industry colleague with Alvin and I, and you're catching this live, go ahead and drop a comment for us at any time because we would really love to hear from you directly. And if you're watching the replay, tag us so that if you have a question, we would be happy to answer it afterwards. So tell me, sorry, I just went on a little ramble there. So remind me again what you want me to talk about right now. Basically the value of travel advisors, right? Or what's the first question?
Yeah, we're heading into a resurgence in the travel. We're all excited with cruising starting. Travel restrictions are going to get lifted. But what importance are travel advisors, and how important is it for us to be part of this influential time?
Oh my gosh, we are on the cusp of the next golden age of travel. And it's remarkable the momentum that we've experienced since about the spring. And it just keeps building every single week. And we think that it's going to be, a wave season, but I think the wave is just going to keep going, as a traditional term is, that the wave is a traditional term for the travel industry. Alvin, did I lose you? I can't see you on the other side.
Oh
there
no,
you are.
I didn't want to take up your screen, but no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to talk to myself. Stay with me.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. Like travel advisors play such a major role in our industry in travel and tourism.
And the consumer needs the travel advisor right now because there's so many nuances and complications. I was with a family member last week. I was working remotely in St. Augustine and with family, with my cousins that don't traditionally use a travel advisor. And they were having a casual conversation around booking for the holidays. And I looked at them, I'm like, oh, you haven't booked anything yet? And then as we started talking, they started quickly on their phone as you do researching, and everything that they thought they could do was sold out, or 5 times more. Yeah. And so as a travel advisors, we can help consumers right now navigate the landscape for short-term and long-term travel, because the two are very different, right? Yeah. There's a lot of nuances to short-term travel because everything is booked. There's limited availability in the general things that consumers would know and just assume to book. Yeah. However, there are some hidden gems on, hidden destinations that maybe the average American consumer may not have known about, that because it's the travel advisor's business, that's their industry, they have access to information that the consumer doesn't necessarily know about. Exactly. And they can make recommendations. So it's not that there aren't travel opportunities in the short term, it just might not be as obvious. Yeah. And so the consumer needs the travel advisor to make recommendations. And then once the recommendation is made, the consumer needs the travel advisor to help them at every single stage, because things are changing. And how many times, Alvin, have you seen posts on Facebook and in groups, either within travel or out, about passports right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are thinking, oh, I'll get my passport back in 4 weeks. No, you won't. Or you can get your lawmaker involved. But these are the things that a travel advisor can help you navigate. There are so many nuances to travel right now.
Yeah, travel's become a lot more complicated these days, and it's important. So true. There's so many things going on, so many suppliers, so many obstacles and challenges. And I tell all my clients, like, we take vacations because now, after the pandemic, we realize time is an important resource, and we only have a few days, weeks of time to go. Do you want to go on vacation, or would you like to manage your vacation? And
Such a good way to frame it. I love
exactly.
that.
Like, how many people do you see worrying about how to get here, how to get there? They miss the entire vacation. The whole point is to be stress-free. How can you be stress-free if you're worrying about all the little details? That's what we're here for. And so, throughout the beginning, now we have like restrictions coming in, we have more documentations, there's just this personal concierge. And I think that's going to be a pivotal point for a lot of new people learning about travel advisors, because now we have so many different ways to travel. There's so many types of communications. And I think travel advisors, like before, we have to help people rediscover the new places and destinations in the world, because there's just so many, and there's going to be so many opportunities to find meaningful and purposeful travel in the future.
I love that. I love this conversation. And as it relates to our industry and why we're talking today in terms of our trade association, which I know we're so deeply passionate about, both of us running for a seat on the board, which voting starts on Tuesday. For those of you watching, your ballots will be sent on Tuesday. I think now more than ever, the consumer is more aware of the value of a travel advisor. And I think you would agree that every single week I see more articles, like national news media outlets writing stories around travel advisors and the return, or their perceived return. There's really no return. The travel advisor has always been there, but this elevated level of exposure and visibility for the travel advisor. And so a big part of that has to do with ASTA, right? With our trade association. We have a phenomenal Erica Richter on the that leads PR for ASTA. She's done an amazing job with curating fantastic conversations with national media outlets on the value of a travel advisor. So big shout out to Erica and ASTA for all their work that they're doing in that respect.
You are so correct. I mean, when we think about it, the ASTA has been there all along throughout in the backsearch fighting for us. As travel advisors, we play a major role in travel and tourism. Our role as advocates for our clients is just the same way as ASTA supports the travel advisor. This past year has been so difficult with all of the cancellations and things that we had to go through as suppliers. But with the hard work of ASTA and its incredible staff, we were able to reach this point today, to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And of course, we're excited. There's a lot of opportunity. And today we have an opportunity. You have the opportunity to choose for how the industry will head. You have a choice to what leaders you will represent and guide ASTA in a brighter future. And that's what me and Vanessa are asking. We're asking to have the honor to represent your voice on the ASTA board of directors.
Yeah. You just said something that a word that you just used there that I've anchored in on over the last couple of months. And you said brighter future. And within GTN, I've used the term to a point where my vendor relations manager actually bought me a mug that says the future is bright. I believe that brighter days are ahead. They're here. Actually, I believe the future is very bright for our profession. And I believe that the proverbial arrow was pulled back. And, the further it's pulled, when you let it go, the further forward the arrow will go when you pull it back. And I believe that our industry's arrow was pulled back to about the farthest it's ever been pulled back. And we are on the cusp of truly releasing and surrendering to what the next phase of our industry is going to look like. And that arrow is going to go very far. And the future is just brimming with opportunities. And so Alvin and I would like to be able to drive our vision of the future through a seat on the board, because ASTA is at the heart and soul and really the foundation of our profession. And they are lobbying on the Hill with lawmakers that are critical for the critical legislation that's, directly influencing travel advisors' professions day to day, way more than travel advisors realize. And, Alvin, you and I were talking about this before we went live. And also ASTA has no shortage of resources and amazing information for travel advisors to tap into. And we want to use our social media and marketing acumen to help propel ASTA into the next level, to basically marry the momentum that is already happening all around us. And so we want to join ASTA at this level, and both of us want to elevate our level of contribution to the industry as a board member. And I think we can I know that the two of us can make a difference if elected.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we have a large base of candidates on this ballot, and there
Amazing.
are amazing people, amazing, so qualified. They've put their heart and soul and very passionate candidates, and I wish all the candidates luck.
Yes.
But I hope Vanessa agrees with me. But we all need different diversity and perspective. We need representation in all values, in creative ideas. This is a brand new age for the travel industry because we have the chance to revitalize our industry in a way that we've never done before.
I love that. This
know,
is the you're right. I just love what you said. It is time to revitalize.
Yeah, it's going to be a new beginning because we've never been pushed to the limits as we have now, and
So
still
true.
we are still standing. We have found, and it's true. Like sometimes you have to see your failures and see where things are challenges are, so that you can get better. And I think this is the perfect time for us to get better, to recoup and reunite together as a travel advisor community, to pull in all of our suppliers, all of our industry professionals and friends, our colleagues, and band together and create a brighter future for all of the travel industries, wherever you are. I think from ICs, the hosts, the chapters, to tour operators, everyone in this will be in a bigger, brighter community for all of us and for the future. So with that said, Vanessa, any last parting words that you want to say to all of our viewers for your campaign?
Well, I just love everything you said, Alvin. True words never spoken, and so well articulated. And again, just really want to anchor in on your message of a brighter future. And I think that the last thing I want to mention in terms of our campaign is I think we both shared, I knew we shared this sentiment before, but just being on this interview with you now really solidifies how in sync we are with this messaging, is that we're both very future focused. Yep. And we are both bringing this unbridled sense of optimism. And we might not have all the answers right now, but Alvin and I are very resourceful, and we have the mindset of creative solutions, and we just want to be a part of these conversations that are driving our industry forward. And we will bring our optimism and our strategic planning and our business and marketing acumen, and we will help drive important industry-wide initiatives forward. And so I feel very passionate that we can both do that, and we can serve our travel industry community at large at that level. We just need the opportunity to do so. So my last comment in terms of campaigning is, when you receive your ballot on July 6th, go ahead and select Vanessa McGovern and Alvin Adriano so that we can represent you and we can help be a part of the solution for our industry moving forward and continue with our optimism for the future. Because as Alvin said, and as I completely subscribe to, the future is bright. It is bright for everybody in all facets of the industry.
Awesome. Just like Vanessa, I'm asking your vote. I'm really asking for your vote because I truly believe we need representation for independent frontline advisors on the board of directors. We need representation for diversity to expand our perspectives on key issues. And we need representation for the aspiring travel advisors and new talent coming in who can provide fresh ideas on innovation, on automation, on sustainability. And these upcoming years, they're going to be very pivotal for the travel industry. And I am devoted to ensuring that our industry continues to grow and innovate towards the future. I'm devoted to our industry, and I need your help to do more. It is important that we have leaders that understand this industry, but are also not afraid to listen to its members. So with your support, Vanessa and I would be honored to be your voice and help ASTA prosper in the future. So thank you to all the travel advisors. Thank you for all your support for ASTA PAC. We hope you guys have a great weekend, but don't forget, on July 6th, you'll receive your ballots. Please vote for Vanessa and I. Take care. God bless, guys.
Thank you.